Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, today is another bottle service video and I'm going to be talking to you guys about the interview. I'm going to talk to you guys about what they're going to ask you in the interview, just so you're prepared. If you guys are trying to get a bottle service job, this is where you want to be. So definitely keep on watching, but before you get into the video, please don't forget, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, turn your post notifications on, follow me on Instagram, and let's get into the video. So the interview is the first step in you becoming a bottle girl, and I know sometimes it can be nerve-wracking and you can be nervous, but guys, you have to make sure you're confident. You have to just be chill because it's a club. It's not like an office job. You don't have to be so uptight and nervous. Be yourself and be super just chill, and like it's all about personality. So the first thing they're gonna ask you is if you have experience in the club. Have you been a bottle girl before? Have you been a bartender? Have you been a sparkler girl? Have you been a promoter? Like, what have you done in the industry? If you haven't done anything, then you tell them. Don't lie, guys. Let me tell you, do not lie, because you'll just know. And it's a very small industry, so if you say you worked at another club, they might find out you never did. So don't lie. If you have not worked at a club before, just be honest and say you haven't. So you're gonna say you haven't or you have. They're gonna ask if you have a smart serve. You have to have a smart serve, guys. Do not apply at the club if you do not have a smart serve, because it's like, what's the point of you applying? You need to be legally allowed to work there. What I recommend is make sure you have some sort of experience before you go into the club. Whether that's working at a restaurant as a server or as a bartender, like make sure you have some sort of background as a server or a bartender before you get into the club, because clubs are very high volume. It's very, very fast paced, and it's just a whole different vibe where you need to have at least a little bit of experience. It would be great if you have obviously club experience, but if you don't, guys, just please make sure it's at least restaurant or bar, because it's going to be a little bit easier to get in. So that's one thing to remember. Now, what they're going to ask you is about your sales. How much do you sell? So whether you've done bottle service, you'll obviously know how much you sell, how many bottles you sell on average, what your sales are. Or if you're a server, when you're a server, you know your sales as well, or a bartender. So you're going to tell them, how much do you sell on average? Because girl, if you can't sell, they're not going to hire you, because they need somebody that can sell. And that's what's going to get you your shifts. So be honest, let them know how much do you sell on average. Another thing they're going to ask you is how many tables can you handle serving? So based on your experience, how many tables can you serve? Whether that's 2 tables, whether there's 4, whether that's 8, be honest, because I have seen some girls get like 6 tables and they are frazzled.
Oh my God, okay, it's happening.
Like they're frazzled, they're running around, their tables are complaining, they're not getting serviced properly, and they're putting on a front like, no, I'm okay, I can do it. No, you can't. So be honest. If you can only handle 4 tables or 2 tables, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but at least you're being honest and your table is getting the service that they want. The club is no joke. People want their bottles on time. They want great service. So just be honest with how many tables you can serve. I started off with serving, at my first club, I started off with two tables, and now I serve up to like 8 to 10. Like I'm totally comfortable with serving multiple tables. Like I am just used to it. It's just like I can do it with my eyes closed. So you will get there eventually, but just be honest with how many tables you can handle. If you have no experience, then that's fine. They'll probably start you off with 2 or 3. Another thing they will ask you is, what's the difference between certain liquor? Because you have to know this kind of stuff. They might ask you like, what's the difference between a Grey Goose and a Smirnoff? What's the difference between a Henny XO and a Henny VSOP and a Henny VS? Like they want to know that you know your difference between your liquor, because you're selling this. You're selling this to people and you have to know these kind of things. So make sure you're prepared. They do that based on experience. If you have experience in the club, they're not going to ask you that. I haven't gotten asked that in like years, but I remember when I first started out and I had no experience, I did get asked the difference between liquor. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if you're starting out, they definitely will ask you that, because they just want to know if you know your stuff. And then the last thing they're going to ask you is, are you comfortable wearing certain outfits? Some clubs will do dresses and they're a little bit more like conservative, or like leggings and crop tops, whereas other clubs will do bodysuits, or they'll do like something with like a lot of cleavage showing, or they'll do like little booty shorts. So you have to be comfortable wearing what that club wears. They're going to ask you like, are you comfortable wearing this? Because if you're not comfortable, we can't hire you. They don't want to have a girl on the team that's not comfortable wearing certain outfits or complaining because it's just going to be a headache. It's just not going to fit in with the club, so it's not going to work. So make sure you do your research on the club, look at pictures, look at what the girls wear, and you're comfortable wearing that. If you're not comfortable wearing certain clothes at the club, then you have to rethink if you want to work at the club, because guys, this is the nightclub. You cannot be in there like in pants and sweaters, like that's just not the vibe. So rethink it and just trust me, it's gonna be okay. The thing I forgot to say is when you are starting at a club, make sure you are nice to the other bottle girls. They have been there before you. Don't come in there with a bad attitude, acting like you don't need them, you're gonna do your own thing, you're better than them. Like that attitude is going to get you nowhere. I promise you it's gonna get you nowhere, because at the end of the day, they've been there longer than you have, and you wanna make sure that you just have a good relationship with the other bottle girls, because trust me, it helps out. You help each other sell, you have each other's back, and it just makes work more fun. So make sure you get along with everybody, make sure you're nice. You should be being nice, period. Like, not just because you're starting out, you should just be nice, period. And there's always a bottle girl at every club that is in charge of training the new bottle girls, because either she's been there the longest or she's head bottle girl, so she's in charge of training the new people, because managers will ask them to. And I'm telling you, when you have a bad attitude with her especially, it kind of like trickles down, because the managers will ask that girl, how was she? How was her attitude? And if you have a really bad attitude, just know management will not want you there, because they don't want cattiness or drama at the club, because it's just not a vibe. What you're gonna wear to the club interview, I almost forgot to say this. Guys, keep in mind, this is not an office job or a professional job where you need to go in there like button up, dress shirt, and all formal. Like, do not do that. It's a club. So I would say wear like leggings, a bodysuit, maybe just a little bit, a little bit revealing, nothing too crazy. I'm not saying go all out, but just like a little bit of like a bodysuit, a cute shirt kind of thing, and heels. Make sure you wear heels, especially if you're just starting out, because you just want to look presentable for the club. Obviously, make sure your hair is done, make sure you have your makeup done. Don't go in there looking not dolled up, because the whole point of the club is you want to be very dolled up, very presentable. You want to look hot. So that's the end of my video. That's pretty much everything they're going to ask you. And this video is more for people that have no experience in bottle service and trying to get in, because once you have experience in bottle service, there's no such thing as an interview anymore. It's not really a thing. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. Please comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. If you guys have any particular questions, let a girl know. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, add me on Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.